Alright, give me a sec here. I'm just loading everything up. How's it going, everybody? Gotta say, I'm really, like, just based on how much I'm enjoying just playing the 100 Years War, and I haven't even gotten past, like, the second stage, but just based on how I'm, like, enjoying this game, I'm really looking forward to playing something like the Roman Empire when that comes out with the that flavor pack. I'm just gonna have a look. Just want to make sure I know when that's coming out. So upcoming releases. Oh, they haven't actually put it up on there on their page yet. So I guess it's coming out next year. I mean, it would be coming out next year. There's no fucking doubt about that. Although I've got to say, I'm really looking forward to the Victoria 3 one as well. That's coming out probably this year or early next. Just a bunch of things that I'm really like so excited for. Fate of the Phoenix Q2. Right, okay. Alright, that'll be a while before that comes out. Oh, man. Alright. For those who are, just kind of stumbling upon the stream, I'm going to be coming out with a prelude to EU5 series in, I'll say, a couple of weeks. I don't really know how long it's going to take me to edit it, but I'm currently kind of planning like 4 or 5 videos on a prelude to the English side of the 100 Years' War, so exploring the Anjou dynasty, the rise of the Anjou dynasty, the Plantagenets, if you want to call them that. Starting with well, slightly before the death of Henry I, who was the last of the Norman dynasty, and kind of exploring why the Angevin dynasty kind of came to power, because it's a very interesting story, and it also, obviously, a lot of this kind of sets up the 100 Years' War. It's very, very relevant to this period of history, so I just thought, I'll come out with a YouTube series on that. But, yeah, so we're going to start the game. I'll be playing for like 3 hours. I'm gonna hazard a guess here. It really depends on when I start, falling asleep. I'm not gonna stay up for too long, but I'd say 2 hours, maybe 3 hours on most. Hopefully we can get most of this war over and done with. So I'm just going to take a bunch of screenshots because I'm cataloging a lot of this stuff, just to kind of get a glimpse of what's to be expected. I'm sorry, what am I saying? Sorry, my brain's just my mouth is talking before my brain computes what I'm actually about to say. But so essentially, I'm taking screenshots just as a kind of like a record, so I can go back and do the series again. Possibly, if I ever manage to record this. If I feel like I want to do 100 Years War again. But, yeah. I mean, I feel like there are a bunch of things about the game that I probably should know about before I start really diving into this, but I like learning about how the war systems work. I feel like this is probably one of the best examples and the best places for learning that kind of stuff, because there's so much involved in this war. And not only that, but I'm also fighting against a great power. One of the greatest powers in this period of time, I would argue. Anyways, we're going to have a look at this. We're going to have a look at the peace treaty. I want to go and siege down their capital, but first, before then, I need to see where are we. So we are 40 behind what we need. I have just capitulated. Bourbon or Berry, I can't remember which one. One of those got capitulated. You'll notice that I changed my map mode from my map settings, I should say, from use subjects use overload color to blend. Blend is a lot more useful if you're fighting big wars like this. in the 100 Years' War, I would highly recommend doing this, because it's much easier to see which vassals are which. In fact, I'm probably better off, actually, I'm gonna have a look at what, No does. So we're gonna switch that. Okay, there we go. So that's what it really should look like. But I think this is actually harder for me to look at, because blend at least kind of preserves the original color while not fully like draping it in French blue. So I can kind of know which are his vassals just by looking at this map. This is actually probably one of the best ways to look at it, really. But once I'm done with this war, I'm going to switch it back to the subject choose color. While I'm here, what am I going to do? Who am I going to go and separate piece out? I'm going to separate piece out this guy, maybe a bunch of these guys up here as well. Got to weaken the French here. So, one of the ways I can weaken the French, one of the things I should be doing right now is maybe disbanding my army and re-enlisting. Alright. So we're going to have a look at the country panel. So I want to have a look at their list of vassals. So most of their vassals, with the exception of Anjou and Normandy, they're all, you know, they're all hostile towards the French crown. So I want to take advantage of that. Keep moving up north. Our Chancellor has died. Jean Fitzalan, who I believe was related to... I suspect John Fitzalan was probably one of the illegitimate children of John, right? I'm just going to assume most of the Fitzes are relatives of John. So he had a lot of fucking illegitimate children. So we're going to split this guy. We're going to split it like multiple times over. Split it again. Split. Split. Just going to have a look. Pay attention to the French here. We've got 42. Minus 42 here. This is another one. We're going to split this guy. So we're just going to have a look here. Yeah, I got Netflix recently, and I've been watching a bunch of their new selection. I say new selection. I haven't watched Netflix in, like, what feels like 4 years. And I'm just kind of catching up with some of the old stuff there. And I've been watching... Okay, so what are the shows that I'm watching? I'm watching... hold on. Department Q. Bodies? Bodies, yes, Bodies. I was gonna say Bones, but that's a different show entirely. Bodies, Department Q, and Lincoln Lawyer. And I gotta say, those shows are actually really pretty good. I mean, Lincoln Lawyer maybe not so much. I mean, Lincoln Lawyer is good, but it's not like, it's not Department Q. Bodies good. You know what I mean? Like, but it's still, it's a watchable show. Very watchable. We'll just have a look at this coalition here. Okay, I think we should be probably good. You know, I don't really care about the coalition because most of these guys are landlocked. So we're just gonna go and separate sue for peace. Oh, so what are we trying to go for? Okay, so this one over here. Look at all those new people. Alright, okay, everybody. Get there. We're gonna siege down. Siege down. Paris. Go for Paris. Let's go. Everybody to Paris. Okay, you know what? What I'm gonna do here, deviate from the plan and just siege down a bunch of these territories here. Alright, yes, let's go and raise some levies. So a bunch of these guys are going to start moving towards the big army here. Won't let me combine the armies. Oh, there we go. Everybody, let's go. Go, go, go. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I actually changed my court's language to English, the southern dialect, so... Southern English. Alain Con. Yeah, I'll think of that. Yeah, we're going offensive. Yeah, fuck him up. So we're still integrating these northern Breton territories here. Should be pretty close too. The Gelders have joined. Yeah, take that from. Oh no. No, don't take. No, don't do that, France. No. No. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, let's go and 157210. Let's go. We're gonna auto refill garrison. So when this actually sieges down, we're gonna go and fill it up, hopefully, and that'll make it harder for them to siege it back. You are going down. There we go. Excellent. Oh, look at that. Oh, my guy, Richard, is shrewd. Ability increased during education. I might actually go and change education to expensive. Just for this kid. Richard Plantagenet. How's my son doing? My boy. He's kind of average. 13. Alright. Well, he's got 3 more years before he's of age. Right, so we want to start annexing Chester, I think. Excellent. So we're going to have a look at their ports. Now we're going to start moving back and forth. Let's split them up. Grenade. Rama. Okay, separate piece. We're gonna go. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Annex. Again, we're gonna go check this and see what's what. Anglalong. And the throne of France. We're gonna keep going at it. Keep sieging stuff down. Keep stealing their money. But they're starting to move in my direction, so we consolidate our forces here. Keep the peace. Okay. For the subjects. They are loyal. But what happened to you? I'm gonna look at their country panel. See what's what. Okay, so some of their vassals are starting to come back to them. Oh, we want to start moving back to their capital. Or what we could do is just attack them. But I think we would definitely want to start moving back because we want to rebuild the army. I'm gonna garrison army. Let's see. Llama. Oh, what's going on with Pekka? Oh, they're independent. Hold on, what the fuck? How did they do that? What level? Forts. I don't understand. Like, what? How does this work? This unit will automatically refill. any hit that it passes through. So we're just going to disconnect this. I don't understand. How does that work? Claim Le Throne de France. Are they my vassal? Hold on. Oh my god, they are my vassal. Oh, how did that... I don't understand. But I think I should start fighting them. This is the way to go. We're gonna push him back. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna fucking save scum here, Jesus. Oh, I did a stupid thing, didn't I? Because they're not shooting down my fortifications, so I'm not getting any, like, attack bonuses or anything. Yeah, force multipliers are, like, fucking brutal in this game. Yeah, this is one of those things, right? I think, like, situations, I think they're a really great idea, but I just don't think they're fleshed out enough, and I don't think they're, like, they're not really quite so, I don't know what the word is. They feel surprisingly opaque, even though they give you a lot of instructions, but, like, it just, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in the 100 Years' War when I read the situation guide stuff. The game is not very good at telling you that kind of stuff. Though, I mean, it could be on me. I might be reading it wrong, but... or misinterpreting it, but, like, I'm just looking... Let's have a look here. Hint. Request war entry. Sign a truce. Request papal delegates. Yeah, I don't really understand the papal delegate stuff. Just a white piece, okay. Again, we're gonna go to Paris. Oh, we're gonna see Sistan first, actually. And maybe take this as well if we can, but I don't think we can. Look at this. Super piece. Subject. Alright, well I shouldn't do that. Ah, take that. Yeah, anyways, what was I saying? Department Q. I highly recommend it. To anyone who likes, like, police serials. Actually, probably the best example would be, like, if you like, Scandinavian. They call them like Nordic crime dramas. If you like those, I would highly recommend it. It's essentially like a British version of those. It's very highly like it's highly stylized. It feels like it was directed by the people who made Utopia, like the science fiction like conspiracy show. Um, it's like one of the best looking TV shows I've seen in a long time, I think, honestly. Then this on of France. Alright, we're gonna move our troops back in a sec once we've managed to... Oh, you fucking bastards. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, cause the thing doesn't refill. I want to fucking refill my, my thing. That's why I attacked them in the first place, because I just thought, okay, if I don't fucking deal with them now, I'm not gonna be able to deal with them anytime. I don't know if... Is that bugged? Am I just imagining things? Like, I feel like the garrisons should be refilling. Just based on my experience with the EU port. Maybe, you know, they changed it because that's not supposed to happen, but I feel like EU4 had a really good compromise with that, where it's like, oh yeah, so you can refill it. Oh, you know what? You know what? I know what it is. Sorry. I know what the problem is, and I think it's got something to do with manpower or military military units, right? So if you don't have enough military pops, then it won't fill up. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, I say that. But every time they siege it back, they have no problem, like, refilling it, so it must be a bug. Or I don't know, maybe it is designed as intended, and I'm just, like, not seeing it. Look at those numbers. It's crazy. Yeah, look. What the fuck? Yeah, so that's the thing with France, right? They have, hold on, France has a professional army at the start of the game. It's very hard for England to actually catch up in the early game. Right, so one of the things I could do is just have my guy, like, hang out in Ebro, and once they start moving towards... Or just pick them off as they start, like, leaving the army, right? Like this. Oh, right. You know what? Yeah, we're still doing that. Good, 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 good. How's my manpower? My manpower's good. Yep, they've got 1,000 soldiers in Paris. So, yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Close to being the target of an international organization. You say. I'm hoping they're going to Paris. Paris. Alright, I think they're going to Paris. Good. Good stuff. Stuffs. Mon front. Alright, let's fuck them up. Please fuck them up. Oh god, I'm getting fucked up, aren't I? Look at that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, alright, we won, but we lost like 10,000 troops. That's crazy. Anyways, we're running out of here. We're gonna go back to, That's horrifying. I mean, goddamn. What the fuck? Minister gains power. He's doing a great job. Oh, bloody love the guy. What a great fucking guy. We're gonna siege this down as well. Tomorrow. Let's have a look at France again. Claim the throne. We need 254. Oh my god, our thing is going down. I think it's probably because we lost all those troops. All that manpower. Oh, Jesus, and now they're a subject? Now they're friends with France once it becomes like a really convenient thing? Okay, let's have a look. What are they? They are, Maine. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look here. Why are vassals joining me E5? So I might be screwing things up. French vassals joining me E5. No. 100 years war. Apparently people are having problems with the French. I'm being blocked for some reason. Has no thoughts. Are they... Oh, we're not at war with them anymore. What the hell? And the mark is a subject. Let's have a look at this again. Entry panel. But who isn't? I mean, they're all pretty friendly, chummy with my guy in Paris. Okay, so I can do these guys though. So what's that art bar? What about these guys? They're a subject. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go and kill them then. Oh, they're running away now. Maybe we'll take it loose. Yeah, we'll siege down their capital. And with these guys, we'll just siege down this. And that'll hopefully get us everything in this war deal. War goal. I'm gonna do this as well. What about the MLR? Oh, look at that. Oh, what are you doing? No! Oh my god, it sent the wrong guy out. Okay. Oh, we're going back down. We're going back down. We're gonna save this guy. Do what you do and declare war on me, motherfuckers. Now, France. I hope you understand. I need to take your land. So how are they? What do they think? Did you kill the guy? Who's Maine? County of Maine. Starting to feel a bit tired. I'm gonna maybe quit a bit quicker than I was expecting. What is the? Yeah, it's Maine. So why can't I see him? They are a subject. These guys are not a subject. I think I'm gonna start moving towards them then. $227. Just gonna check this out. Screenshot it. Just to, you know, record keeping here. Oh, look at Anjou. Hold on, what the fuck? They are a subject. Fuck me. What am I supporting here? Who's getting excommunicated? Yes, we support the excommunication for our own leader. And, they are a subject. And Chester is now a proper part of England. $252 out of 213. Hold on, I took that screenshot because I wanted to like do like a snapshot of what did I lose here. So, population scaled by control is probably the thing that's screwing me here, actually. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to replace. I'm going to change this action here. First, I'm going to have a look at my population and see where are my pops. Check out the control. There's a lot of pops here. No control here. No control. So I think I want to prioritize on upgrading that stuff. This is kind of lame, so we'll just do the northern bits, mainly Norfolk. Yeah, let's do Norfolk. So, assimilating, this guy has 56. Yeah, we're gonna go and max control up in the north and Norfolk. There. Separate sue for peace, I don't really care. I'm wondering if I can do the same thing for this guy, if I can improve not doing control, but I can't. Only one person can do it. call of parliament. We're going to go and increase ties to neighbours, I think. An extra 5 diplomats. Support a noble cabinet. I don't think I want to do that. So we're gonna go and fabricate a casus belli on Scotland. Probably do it on Teviotdale. I'll form a vassal on Teviotdale. Let's start reducing opinion. The county of Rietberg. Oh no, that's terrible. Abbey du Maison. I think I know what I'm doing wrong here. So a big problem here is that I'm losing my Great House War because the Pops and a lot of these territories that I'm conquering effectively lose control. I lose control over those Pops, I should say. So maybe one of the things I should do is just annex everything simultaneously. I mean, it's risky though. But obviously, this strategy is not working. I kind of have to do something like that, where I, like, annex many different... I mean, I can't really deal with big countries like Britannia. That's really actually kind of very, like, slow-moving, I guess you could say. God damn, like, some of these guys I got, like, 20-something points just by sieging them down, so I don't know, I feel like it might be worth trying that tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Yeah. And not only that, but if I do what I plan out to do, just like that, as I mentioned it, I might be able to piece them out before like a substantial coalition forms. And just look at this. Oh, that's why there's so much control. It's because this used to be the fucking capital, right? So this is, yeah, okay, this makes a lot more sense to me. So really, what I should be doing right now is just, yeah, doing exactly like this. Doing exactly right. So population scale by control. I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna go and exit the game. And I'm gonna launch the game in like debug mode. Just to kind of see something here. Checking out what's going on with this. So properties. Debug. Oh! Wait, hold on. Oh no, I'm doing the right thing, so it's debug mode. Same with most of these Paradox games. So there we go, debug mode, and we're gonna go and load in. I wanna go through with the war, and then I'm gonna like immediately annex a bunch of countries just to see the effects of like that controlled population has on the war goal on my plans. Um, I mean, I am like very paranoid, right? Obviously, because if I let these vassals stick around, then my problem is I'm going to be fighting their armies, and it makes it very hard for me to actually um, annex them because they will be loyal to France. But at the same time, I think their loyalty is calculated by the total vassal forces, total vassal force limit. So, again, something to consider when I do it. I'm going to go select any country. Hopefully I can actually debug mode. There we go. That's debug mode. So we're just going to test this out. I guess technically this would be an exploit, right? I want to go through generally the procedure of what would happen in the war as well. I mean, I'm not going to I'm gonna like fast forward it and cheat in the occupations, but I'm gonna see what happens when I peace out, super peace. I want to see if it requires if I have to wait a day to super peace with a second power. If that's the case, does control go down quickly enough for it to matter? I feel like it probably does. I feel like it starts at about 100 and it like decreases rapidly, but I could be wrong. Universalis is scan. Guys, I'm just gonna fast forward until we get the 100 years war, and then we'll see. Whatever, I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. We're winning the war anyways, whatever, blah blah blah. Oh, Frisia exists as a state, I didn't notice that. Okay, so, we are invading France, I'm gonna pause. Now, declare war. Declare war, we're gonna go Casus Belli, conquer the burn of France, blah blah blah. So, now, what I'm gonna do is occupy. I just need to find the console command for this. Occupy. Occupy. Tag. Country tag. So, now, occupy. Just do Artois for the sake of argument. Us. Or. Levels as well. Alright, so finish save, debug. Spain as a subject. Do Angers as well, so so, for the sake of argument, I'm going to go and annex. Oh, we'll just give it a couple of months. You know. So I use it for the ground. Oh, they forget cow. Let's have a look at our war score here. 201. I'm gonna look again. 226. Gonna go and annex these guys. Again, look at this again. 234. Okay. I am using cheats, but I'm doing it just to demonstrate that I can do certain things in my Iron Man game. I just want to make sure it's like the thing that I want to do is possible. Because there's something that I've noticed is that you can actually probably theoretically do this war and actually win the 100 Years War in the first phase. But you have to be patient, right? You can't just annex these vassals straight away. You have to annex them and take advantage of the population scaled by control. So just another one, we're going to do this again as well. They're a subject. We'll just take this other subject. We'll do this again. So BLS. So again, subject. Subject. So who is anti-France? Alright, again, for the sake of argument, what I'm going to do is just annex. I'm not going to do Normandy, because Normandy is actually usually loyal to France. Same with Anjou, actually. So we'll do Maine. Wow. Alright, just give me a sec. So what would they be on now? Activity 1. So I would need a lot of land, really. So what's the highest population then? So yeah, there's a lot of pops in Brittany. I think Brittany is definitely one of the main targets. I think Burgundy is also a big one. If you were to go and annex, I think Artois is fairly low, so I wouldn't go for Artois, but Brittany, Maine is really good if you can go siege those guys down. These guys here, Brittany, Burgundy and Nevers is really good. Yeah, I'm just testing for my real game. Yeah, because I've been doing the 100 Years War, and I've been doing that first phase and noticing my my Great War score goes up and down like really frequently. And I just wanted to see why that was the case, and I noticed it was, well, at kind of at the last minute, that it was mainly because of my population, or sorry, population by control, scaled by control. And so what that means is, in this particular example, when I'm fighting the 100 Years War, I have the ability to go and separate peace and annex French vassals. And so when I do that, their control is actually really high. So for example, if you look at this, you see it's really high. But, however, it goes down gradually per month as you go on with the war. So this is going to be a problem. If you, like, let's say, annex them bit by bit, a lot of these guys are going to have fortifications. So it's going to take you many months before you actually annex some of these vassals. So my conceit here, or at least my plan, if I were to do this, is to go for these high yield, population-wise, high yield vassals who are disloyal to the French crown. So Brittany is a good one. Maine is sometimes a good one. These guys in Blois are good too. Nevers and Burgundy are also some of my favorites, but also sieging down Paris and having all of these territories sieged down simultaneously before you annex them, and then hold on, let me see. Where is I want to do occupy or occupation, occupy location. Okay, so we'll do occupy. Um, oops. Location. Okay, you know what? Just for this, I'm just gonna occupy country, and what's the tag? Alright. So, just for the sake of argument, I'm just gonna unpause it. There we go. We've occupied the entire country. Whatever. Usually, it won't be occupying the entire country. Usually, it's just gonna be like war school tick. Especially if you are smart about it, um, and you siege them down, and then you go into open the panel. Actually, sorry, I should go sue for peace, and then you'll look at the bottom here. Okay, we'll have a look at that again. So, we don't have population. This is one of the problems, right? You're not going to have enough pops to really finish them off. And not only that, but another problem that I can conceive in this is that these vassals won't be disloyal by the time you're done with them, because you'll be fighting a lot of their troops. Usually, you know, when you fight their troops, because their military power is going to decrease relative to France's, you're going to have issues where they will no longer be disloyal by the time they actually annex them. So this is something to consider when you do one of these 100-year war playthroughs, and when you try and finish them off, finish the French off. Which is why I think when I look at a lot of these streamers, when they do this, they usually do it in multiple playthroughs. Sorry, in multiple phases, should I say? They don't like win the war straight up in the first phase. Um, it's really fucking hard. Like, goddamn. Like, the French have better armies, and they have more population, so you have to be really smart about it. So, yeah, sometimes actually, like annexing and getting it over and done with in the first, I mean, sorry, should I say, uh, winning the first phase with a sufficient amount of, like, land taken in the first war, um, is your priority, I think. I don't think, like, I don't think it's feasible for a lot of people, considering how incredibly difficult it is, considering how many, like, different factors, different situations, different things that could happen in the war that would completely screw over your run. Like, everything has to go perfectly in order for this to go, in order for you to win against France in the first phase. So, I don't see it. I'm just looking at how much I have to cheat here. Like, I'm just going through and saying, oh yes, I can't do that. Can't do that because of this. I'm gonna go and look at these again, so I'm gonna go and annex Burr. So, that should probably be enough, but obviously, look at that. Look at how much stuff I have to go and fucking take. And even then, right, so this is above, apparently this is above the war score, so I can't even get it. I'm gonna go and pause it there. So unpause. Two for peace. So yeah, again, you can't even take it in the first war. What am I doing? So I just demonstrated that claiming the throne of France is impossible in the first war. So I think, with all that in mind, I am going to restart my war, my first 100 years war phase, and just go for Brittany, and maybe take some of these territories up in the north of France. Like, I just don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I mean, I do think it's worth taking some of these territories up here, and maybe taking Normandy as a vassal, and then sieging down the rest of this, and maybe taking a bunch of provinces up in the north from the French. You want to weaken the French, like France proper, and Normandy is usually a very loyal vassal. I find Anjou is something I'm really loyal to, so you can't really annex those guys. But taking Maine, taking Brittany, taking a bunch of these vassals down here as well is I think a really good idea. taking enough, and maybe yeah, try not to take too much because obviously you want to avoid those coalitions. Though coalitions again, I think I mentioned that in my playthrough. They're not really that painful because the war score is your capital, and they're not gonna reach your capital. You've got too many fucking navies. You're too strong. The maritime presence is usually too strong for that. So I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't think about it too much, coalitions wise. And again, I would think. Let me think about this. Actually, I'm gonna go and have a look at the super piece. Just ignore this, whatever. Take that out. Take the cash. War reps. And then in this particular example, we're gonna go to Normandy. NIN. And then what we'll do is super piece. What I would do is get Normandy. Oh, that's interesting. So why would they not consider it? Oh, okay. We'll just unpause it and have a look. Do that. Now what they consider. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna cheat this again if I can. War school or surrender, something like that. War exhaustion. Instant war. Foreign player declare war. We have gained great power status. Right, I'm gonna have another look at this and just see if I can. So yeah, cannot. Okay, that. I am somehow also technically a great power, but I don't really understand. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just, I really, obviously, I don't need to do this. I'm just gonna go and, I'm gonna cancel this. Whatever, cancel again. Take the cash, do the whatever. Well, yeah, I win the war. So, what, the next thing I want to do, I'm just gonna go and annex Normandy. Or vassalize. How do I vassalize? Consult vassal. Puppets. Okay, form. What about subjugate? Make subject. Oh, you know what? I'm just thinking about police procedurals and thinking about a TV show called Ludwig. I'm wondering if they're coming out with another TV series. With another season. Second series is coming out. Like, I genuinely, like, really enjoyed that one. That's probably one of my favorite police procedurals. Oh, Thursday Murder Club is a book series. You know what's crazy? I just saw the movie with Helen Mirren. I didn't realize it was actually like a. Oh, that's fucking great. Anyways, what am I saying? Ludwig. What am I doing? How's it going? Yeah, no, I'm doing some debug mode stuff. I actually just found out that. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, there's a fucking moth that just flew at my face. Um, hold on, give me a sec. Just reorienting myself here. So I'm in debug mode and I am checking to see if it's actually feasible. Turns out it's not. You can't actually do it. Um, so I went into the thing. I mean, it was showing. Where am I? I can just, oh, I had already done it. So essentially, when I went into the offer peace panel thing, I went into the thing. I saw the claim throne. It was actually like, it was a valid thing to choose in the peace deals. But when I actually looked at the bottom, when he would accept a peace deal, it said that the war score cost was too high. So you can't actually do that in the first war, which is kind of annoying. I'm assuming I'm gonna load back just to save it now and just show you what I mean. Um, oops, hold on. thing that really annoys me though, is the game gives you the impression that you can do it, but when I look at the war, like I don't know where the war score is on the actual like peace deal screen, which is why I was under the assumption that it was technically theoretically possible to actually claim throne from France, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying, isn't it? I wish things were a bit easier to find. I feel like EU4 kinda perfected some things in that regard, in terms of UI, that EU5 is just kind of forgotten. Alright, here we go. So, I'll just do it again. I'm gonna annex a bunch of these countries. I think these are the ones. What about Burgundy? So, annex Nevers as well. So, have a look at this again. I'll unpause it. And we'll have a look at claim the throne of France. Paris is controlled by England and is going to go and occupy. There we go. Unpause it again, and we're going to have a look at the peace treaty. Claim. We cannot send an offer with a total of over the maximum war score. Other thing is you can't occupy the whole of France because France's puppets always get more and more armies, and somehow you are always just stuck, and it's really dumb that you can't win a war by battles. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't mind the fact that it's almost impossible to win the first phase like this. Um, Again, it is kind of realistic, considering like France was like a lot more developed than England in this period of time. England was a backwater, really. You gotta keep that in mind when you think about England in this period of history. Like until colonization, England was just like, I mean, I guess you could argue it was one of the great powers, but it was like very low on the rung, as far as that is concerned. So I don't. I don't necessarily hate that, but my issue mainly with this is that the game, it's really hard to know. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. This is the fucking piece cost. Oh my god. So it is a bit too much. So it's 100, 130. So it is impossible. But it's 909. So actually, hold on. So it's 909 to turn them into a Dominion just normally, right? But it's 130 to claim the throne of France. So I'm actually not entirely sure I understand that. I suspect the claim the throne is supposed to be feasible. I don't know. I'm gonna just annex a bunch of countries here just to see if the war score cost goes down. So I'm gonna unpause it and pause it. Okay, so I don't think it does go down. I think it's about this. Oh, hold on. What's me back? One 125.39. Okay. Let's unpause it. Unpause it. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking again. I'll go back, but I think there are some things that are valid, like as far as like strategy goes, in that first phase that I would like to replicate in my next attempt at the Hundred Years' War, and that is again annexing vassals like Brittany in the middle of the war is very useful. This guy alone has about like almost a quarter of France's total population just in these like few duchies. So I'm thinking, sorry, in these counties, I should say. Um, so that alone, I think, is probably the best thing to go for in this war as a separate piece. And not only that, but it also doesn't spark that much antagonism with the Holy Roman Empire. Um, so yeah, next time I do this, I'm going to do that. Also, I'm going to load back, and we're going to have a look-see here at save game load number 2. I want to see how... I want to find out how to release fast. I hit that fucking button last time, and now that I'm in a relatively safe game, I'm going to try that out. Relatively safe. A definitely safe game. This is a fucking throwaway debug mode thing, but... Yeah. Um... What am I thinking of? Oh, right. Wow, almost 2 hours has passed, so I am probably gonna go to sleep after this. Once I've figured out how to, release vassals. So, how would I do this? I'm gonna go government, form new country. So form new country I don't think is the one I want to go for. Oh, right. So I have to finish the 100 Years' War in order to do that. Okay, that's neat. Ruling history, values, and maybe not. Government rules. Valiant. Diplomacy. Create subjects. There we go. I'm just gonna go back here for a sec. Okay, create subjects. Oh, that's interesting. So I can't actually do that. Alright, custom subjects. Vassal. Oh, that's really neat. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look and see who is in charge of this. Is a me, Amario. Oh, I like this. Then I can, well, give them a bunch of stuff. My question is now, what is their culture? What's their religion? Country, Catholicism, culture, Britain. Okay. So again, if I were to do this, relations, create subjects, extraterritorial subjects, territorial subjects. I'm kind of curious as to why I can't form Brittany. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this though. I really like the fact that you can form your own custom vassals. Oh, I see. I understand. Right. Okay. Well, that's really neat. I like that. But yeah. Now that I'm done with this now, I'll exit and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me figure out some of this stuff here. I'll be back. I'm going to do the 100 Years' War again, and I'm going to be a bit more realistic about my goals. I'm going to go and annex places like Brittany, Maine, chunks here and there. Going to try and vassalize as much as I can, and integrate, integrate. All right. Again, thanks for watching.